Hello, Instagram. Welcome to another Thursday with me, Crystal from RevAir. Gonna give everybody a few minutes to join. Hi, Chris D and Pretty Girl C. Thanks for joining. The names are going by so fast, but all that's me. Hello, and Maddie's food page. Oh, we need to check that one out. Any good food page? Hello, Carolyn and Giselle. Hi, Team RevAir. Thanks for always being here to have my back. Hi, Personality and Deborah Cheek. Little Girl 0.1, thanks for joining. Get your friends to join as well and tag them in the comments. Go ahead and @ them right now in the comments and have them join us today. We are going to be talking about hair proteins, which I know nothing about, and I'm going to learn along with you. I've been just trying to come up with some questions, but I would love to have your questions as well. So make sure as we're going through today that you are firing off those questions for me. Hi to Petty Naya. Life with Janae, welcome. Oh, somebody says, yes, proteins. I cannot wait to learn about this topic. I feel like it's something that, I don't know if I can say that white women don't talk about that much, or if it's just people who don't have really textured hair. So I think that's a question in and of itself for Ladosha today, and she'll be joining us in just a few minutes. But I wanted to give everybody a chance to jump on and chat. Welcome, welcome. So today, Ladosha Wright will be joining again. She is out of Ohio. She is a wealth of knowledge, as you all know, and she's so much fun. She's a trichologist, which is somebody who has studied the hair and scalp. So she can tell you more things than you even knew possible about your hair. She's also a master colorist, and she's a hairstylist. She's an author. It's going to be a really, really fun live today as far as me admitting to how much I don't know. So you get to enjoy that. And instead of me feeling like I know all the answers today, I am clueless about the answers, and I'm going to learn along with you. So let me go ahead and hop on and see if Ladosha has joined us or not yet. And then if she hasn't, I'll go ahead and take some of your other questions until she does. So just one moment and let me see if I can find Ladosha. Okay, it looks like we're still waiting for her to join. So while we're waiting for Ladosha to join, let's go ahead and take some of your questions. I know the main question is that people want to know when we're going to be back in stock. And the good news is that we have new units coming in every week. And yes, we are still in sold out status, but this is how that works. We are going to remain in sold out status until we get through the wait list. So if you want your device at the $299 promotion price and you want to lock in that price, you need to get on the wait list. We will put in the comments the number you can text the word restock to, and that will get you on the wait list and secure your spot. But you can also go to myrevair.com to get your $299 promotion price locked in, as well as get yourself on the wait list. Now, we're not going to go back into in-stock until everybody on the wait list has been notified. So just so that you know, you're not going to get jumped ahead of. It is in the order in which we got the notifications from you that you wanted to be waitlisted. So that is how to get your RevAir, is to get on that list. You'll be the first amongst everybody so that you're able to get it. And then after that happens and we're manufacturing at our traditional speed, then we will be able to go back in stock. So get on that list. I still haven't seen Ladosha join, and I'm sure someone from the RevAir team can shoot her a quick little text message since I'm using my phone and see if she would be able to join us here. Are there any other questions you guys have about RevAir? I will cover a few things while we wait. This is the RevAir wand. This is where all the magic happens. And inside of here took 4 years to create, because you can't just use a vacuum cleaner. You can't just use a traditional like suction method of any kind that isn't built for hair care. So this here was really difficult to develop, and inside of here there's nothing that can cut your hair. There's nothing in there that your hair can snag on. Your hair literally floats mid-air, and the air is going from the root of your hair to the tip of your hair. It's consistent air. The heat is consistent, and we'll talk about heat in a moment. It also doesn't allow your hair to flap around because of the aerodynamics in here. So it allows you, because you're doing that much hair from one end of your hair to the other at one time, that helps it to go 3 times faster. But it's also pulling away from the head instead of blasting the water onto other parts of your hair. So it's pulling that away. This is the heat chamber, and here are your 3 temperature settings. You have no heat, low heat, and high heat. But even at the highest heat, it's still about 100 degrees less than your lowest setting on your blow dryer. So let me say that again since it came out wrong. Even at its highest setting, RevAir is lower than the lowest setting on your traditional devices. So that tells you that the magic that is done is by RevAir or reverse air, and that's what we use so that you can have healthy, beautiful hair. Now, it works on all hair types. It can work from straight hair, which those folks who have straight hair probably aren't going to see why this is such a big deal. Yes, it's still going to dry their hair faster, but they don't have the pain of having to take a brush and a blow dryer and pull it straight and to be in there for hours sweating to do it. So you're really going to be in your type 2s where you're super wavy, or your type 3 where you're curly or coily, in type 4 before you really start to go, this thing is magic. Like, who came up with this? How did they come up with this? While we're waiting for Ladosha to join, what I will do is tell you how we came up with it, which is we were on to trying to make the perfect ponytail maker. And I'm sure you've seen those YouTube videos where a dad will take his kid's hair and pull it up in a wet vac and then pull down an elastic over it so that they have a ponytail. And we thought, there's lots of people who struggle with making a gorgeous ponytail. Let's create one of those. And in trying to create that, we realized how soft and straight the hair was becoming. And we thought, what if we add heat to that element so that you could eliminate blow drying and straightening in most cases, and you could use one tool to do all of that. And so RevAir was born. It took 4 years, as I said, for it to come to fruition, and it was really made by just some really inventive and curious people. There's less than 20 of us at the company, so when you buy from RevAir, there's literally a person who does a happy dance, like they say when you buy from a small company. We are definitely not one of the big boys. We try to give you all the bells and whistles that a big boy can give you as far as a hair brand, but we try to do it with heart, and we try to treat you how we would want to be treated as consumers. So we're a small brand, but we are trying to push through COVID just like everybody else and give you new and innovative ways to do your hair. And I think if you have one, you know the RevAir difference. And if you don't have one, you can get yourself one and know that we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So let me see if Ladosha has joined yet. There we go. It looks like she'll be joining us here in 1 second. She's joining me from a different account today. So let's see. Yay!
Woo, woo!
Well, aren't you the cutest little scientist I'm ever going to talk to today?
Hey.
How are you?
Super fantastic bubble plastic.
Oh, wow. I like that.
You know,
I
the
think,
bubbles used to pop when you were a kid? Pop, pop,
yeah.
pop.
Oh, addicted to those. When I was a
I
kid, I
know.
still do it if a package has them. Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining. I was sharing with our audience that tonight we're going to talk proteins and that I know nothing about it and that I put together some questions for you and that we're all going to just ask questions as we go and see how it works. So,
Okie dokie
the
artichoke.
first, so the thing you've taught me over time is that hair texture doesn't really have to do with race per se. That you can have coily hair and be as fair skinned as I am. So I learned that from you, and I know our viewers have for many months now while we've been doing this. So here's my question about proteins, because I don't know if it's because I don't have coily hair or if it's because I have fair skin that nobody's ever discussed hair proteins with me. Do you find
Yeah.
that to be a conversation that is more about hair type or a cultural conversation?
I think that the reason why a lot of people, even professionals, avoid protein is because people typically think of proteins as something that's going to harden the hair. And so it's a very hard sell. So when you say
Okay.
protein and then the smells, proteins, they typically don't have the beautiful smells. Then, of course, it takes added time. You have to wait for proteins to work. And then, of course, there's always your money. You know, so some people just they don't want to pay for it. So a lot of stylists and customers they kind of shy away from it. But in the era of smooth hair, so proteins have kind of made a resurgence. But in the 70s, they were popular, but they smelled really bad, and people complained that they made the hair hard. Well,
Hmm.
today, technology has made proteins like the whippity snap.
Okay, so here's the next question. Thank you for sharing that. The next question is this. Can you tell me, I'm sure you can, will you
Mhm.
tell me the difference between um, hair proteins, hair elasticity, hair porosity? What are all those? How do they
All right.
interweave and how are they different?
Woo-wee. Now y'all getting down to my speaking my language.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good people. So remember, what they don't tell you at the hair salon, which is the name of my book, by the way, I will, okay? So here is the difference between elasticity, porosity, and what was the other one?
Porosity, elasticity, and hair proteins. Like, how
Okay,
do
so
those? Yeah.
come together. All right. So let's start off with elasticity. So elasticity has to do with pliability. Can your hair recoil and go back to its natural texture and shape from when you comb it, flat iron it, curl it, whatever? So that's a good thing. So people complain a lot about, the major shrinkage and the hair just tightening back up. You want that to happen because guess what, buyers? That's telling you that you're getting your money's worth and it's not compromising your hair. And so, you know what I'm going to do throughout this whole video, right? I'm going to plug, this is why the RevAir is the whippity snap. Okay, it's the
Whippity
whippity
snap.
snap because it does not what compromise the elasticity. So people with textured hair, they want to be able to wear it straight and curly. So when you use the Rev Air, because it's protecting that protein layer, you get to keep your elasticity. Now,
So elasticity is affected. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt
yeah,
along the way just
no,
to
that's
make sure.
good, good, good,
So
good.
elasticity is affected by protein level. Yes?
No, yes, yes, that's
Okay, so
exactly right.
when you see women and they have beautifully curly hair and you see them searching high and low for the best curly hair product to give their curls the best, if they're not even addressing their hair proteins, which ultimately address their elasticity, it doesn't matter
Forget
what
it.
they're using, right?
Forget
Okay,
about it.
okay, got
Forget
it.
about it. And see, that's the thing. So there's a myth that textured hair is very difficult. So remember, you've got a lot of information that's coming from people who really don't live in it, don't understand the history behind it. So you're getting a lot of mixed information, which is best to, use products from companies such as RevAir, who partner with people and chemists who's going to give the customer the best bang for their buck. So I don't care which product you're using. If you're skipping protein, it's just a matter of time before your beautiful coils, curls, and waves turn into mush. Okay. So
And
now,
is
go
that
ahead.
is that what happens when people would describe their hair as feeling kind of gummy? Like one
Yes.
time I had a really bad bleaching like color accident, and even when I went through color correction, my hair just felt what I would call like gummy.
Yes, and so if you use protein before, during, and after, remember what I always teach you guys, and again, we appreciate you so much for supporting RevAir, is that hair care and hairstyling are about three things: the right products, the right tools, and the right technique. So sometimes when the technician is doing your hair, if they're skipping one or two or all three of those modalities, then your hair is going to be mush. So that's
Got
the
it.
answer to that. Now, when it comes to porosity,
That's what I was gonna
that's
ask next. Okay,
yes. So
good.
porosity, that's your hair ability to absorb. Okay. So when the hair is super porous, it's like a sponge. It's gonna just, grab odor. It's when you put conditioners on it, you're gonna over process it. If you put too much heat, it's gonna just burn really fast. Okay, so porosity is key. And the best way to find out your porosity level really is to do the test where you take one strand of hair and you put it in a cup of water. And if it sinks to the bottom, no cigar chief. If it floats, all good. So that test actually works. Or you can do the good old fashioned, strand test that they teach us in cosmetology school. So porosity is key because when hair is too porous, in the world of cosmetology, we call that over processed. But people
Okay.
think of over processed hair as something that's solely related to relaxers. And that's how relaxers turn into the creamy crack. It got a really bad name. And that's because the companies did not get out ahead of the technology that was spewing the bad information. But the key to most over processed hair, number one, is the comb. They're using the wrong comb because they're popping up the cuticle layers, which is making the hair more porous. The number two culprit also would be not washing the hair enough or washing it properly. So to me, those two are synonymous, especially for those of us with texture hair who've been brought up and raised to not wash your hair but every 2 weeks and don't comb it at all. So if
Yeah.
you're brought up under those false, narratives, then you're definitely going to have over processed hair, and the relaxer has nothing to do with it. Third would be heat. So most people are using heat. They're either using it too low or they're not using it on clean hair. So when they say the flat irons burned my hair, for the record, guys, the United States, the government, they don't authorize curling devices and flat irons. They don't make them to actually burn hair. So when people talk about the flat iron burned my hair, it really wasn't the flat iron. I hate to say it, it was the technician.
Yeah.
Because they don't. Now, if you're buying your tools from other countries, you know what I'm going to say, right? Buyer beware, because different countries, they have different wattages and they don't allow things. Some do, some don't. So they're going to push the envelope. So in this era of buying everything online, I'm going to say buy RevAir, because RevAir is made where? Right here. Okay, all right, so this is a very safe device.
Wow, you're a
Yes.
poet. Rev era, right hair
Right here, right here. Okay. So this is why, again, when I when Teresa brought the device over, I'm telling y'all, when she said when you guys buy the product, we do the happy dance. They do the happy dance. Y'all know what I was doing, right? I was doing the cabbage patch. I was like, oh shoot, now it's going down. And so what made me do the cabbage patch, which is my happy dance, is because, like she said, it's the aerodynamics, the design of the actual, airflow in the unit that
Yeah.
makes that porosity.
Right in
You're,
here.
I don't think you're not going to have compromised hair with the RevAir unless you turn it up too high, like a number 7, if you don't need to. So again, you have to follow the manufacturer's instructions. And this is why Crystal and I were so dedicated to you guys every Thursday, so that we can be here for you to help, no pun intended, but snatch out some of those kinks, okay? All right. And then your last question was actually about proteins. All right. So can I pin the book? Okay. I'm just gonna. But can you someone write the book name?
We'll have Team RevAir is there right
Team
now,
Rev
and
Air.
they're putting the book name on there and telling them they can find it
All
on
right.
Amazon.
Okay. So I'm gonna stay in my lane. That means keep
No,
talking,
no,
Key. Keep
you
talking,
keep
Key
going.
Lola.
You feel
Okay.
free to shout out to Team RevAir. They don't just have my back; they have yours too. So go
All
ahead.
right. Hello. Okay, so now listen up. Now I want you guys to get your ink pens ready if you want to go ahead on and screen record this part because we're gonna be like Houdini. We're about to get down to the good part. You gotta be old school to know about Houdini and know about get down to the good part because y'all know I'm an old school hip hop head. So here's what they don't tell you at the hair salon about protein. And this is why I am literally, physically, professionally, and personally a staunch supporter of the RevAir device. Now, they respect the integrity of the fabric when they created the aerodynamic science in that wand. Okay, I'm going to say it again. When they built that device, they created it, the aerodynamics that's in that allows the
Goodness for
technology to pull the hair dry, they respected all three protein layers. Not many hair care companies, they don't even want to talk protein layers to you guys because all they want is your money. All right? So this is why RevAir now we cousins, okay? I'm the bootleg resident. Ain't that what you call me, the resident? So here's what the resident is going to tell you. Hair has three protein layers, three. The outer layer is called your keratin or your cuticle layer. And that's what makes your hair tangle and
now.
shine.
I read because I was trying to come up with some questions and I didn't read any of the answers because you were going to
Mm-hmm.
be my authority. But I read one little note that said keratin makes up 80 to 90% of it,
You
right?
got it.
Woo-hoo!
You
Teacher's
got it, dude. That's
pet.
right. Teacher's pet. That's right. So 80% of your hair is responsible for its ability to be able to be manageable and to shine. Okay. That's the outermost layer. Second would be your cortex. Now your cortex is where your color and your strength is. That's where RevAir kicks the ballistic G. Okay, I'm going Flavor Flav on y'all. All right. So RevAir is going to protect, like she said, 80% of your hair is comprised of that keratin, cuticle,
Protein layer.
protein layer. And so it's protecting that layer in the aerodynamics that's pulling those cuticles gently. They're not forcing it like you would with an attachment or a brush or your finger. So you're going to get the best bang for your buck and the best health for your hair when you use RevAir. Oh, I like that one. Okay, I just made that one up. All right.
Yeah.
And then last but not least would be that centerpiece, and that's called the medulla. And the verdict is out about the medulla, but the most recent
Mm.
science is saying that the medulla is probably acting like a buffer that's
Okay.
going to help us be able to manipulate the fabric. So it's kind of like a little
Hmm.
space so we can do what we need to do. Now, that's the most recent, which was about 2 years ago. So I probably need to go read something up because y'all know this stuff changes every day. So you got to understand that just like the COVID-19, it was this novel new virus, and they just keep changing stuff because they're learning about it. Well, hair has science too. And when you're working with companies like RevAir and you're investing and you're buying products, now you guys can see this unfolding science live and direct right here, between California and Cleveland that we're bringing to you guys so you can understand that this company respects all three layers. So this is why you're able to rev air your hair and it goes back curly because it's going to work. This is also why we suggest it is imperative that your hair is nice and very clean, like squeaky clean before you use the Rev Air, because like she said, even on its highest setting, it's not as hot as the blow dryer on its lowest
Lowest
setting.
setting.
All right, that's something to think about, y'all. Just marinate on
Isn't
that a little
it? I
bit.
mean, when you think about that, what you've been using for years and it feels so hot and you don't even, I mean, I have to say, I've never even, because a blow dryer always seemed like I guess you would call it like a necessary evil, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if I have to blow dry my hair is not naturally
Right.
straight. It gets
Right.
frizzy. And so for me, I've always had a blow dry. So I never considered a blow dryer in all these years
Yeah.
unhealthy until this, because I didn't realize that there was no healthier way to do it,
Yeah.
but I didn't
Yeah.
realize how damaging just a blow dryer alone with heat levels can be versus really
Right.
caring for your hair. So, over 2 years in of using this, my hair is completely changed.
Right. And
The health of it has changed.
right. And so in the science of blow dryers, if you've been following the history of blow dryers, those companies have really been going over and above and beyond and trying to find the science inside the engine to actually, make that blow drying process safer. So they've added things like tourmaline. They've hired companies like Ferrari, like Wego. They've partnered with Ferrari
Sure.
to make a better engine. But remember, they hired Ferrari, right? And they also, went to the protein people and the mineral people and sprayed some tourmaline on all of their mechanisms to make that blow dryer safer. But you know who they forgot? The hairstylist. And so this is why RevAir is having such a wonderful success with their device, because they are partnering with hairstylists in its developmental infant textile stage, as opposed to blow dryers. That's a blueprint that's already been there, and they're just really trying to build and expand upon that old technology.
So
Now, I'm not knocking it, because
no, I'm not
sometimes
either.
you do have to use it, but I just want you guys to understand the evolution, of
Yeah.
blow dryers, and what they're trying to do is accomplish what RevAir is doing by reversing the air. And you can't tell me the makers over at Wego, Rusk, all the high-end blow dryers, T3, y'all know, yep, I admit I spent $700 on one of them blow dryers, okay, when they first came out. And I'm sure they like, I could have had a V8. Why in the ham sandwich didn't I think to reverse the air?
Well, I
Because
was just gonna
God
say
thought
that.
of it.
I was just gonna say that is that I still have a blow dryer in my drawer. I never use it, but I spent a ton of money on it, so it's now it's sitting there. And the only time I have thought of taking it with me somewhere is if I'm traveling,
Right.
because obviously at this point RevAir is not travel friendly, and we hope for that to happen in the future. But I feel like as consumers, and I'm sure as hairstylists especially, we hear so often, oh, we've reinvented the blow dryer. And I disagree. I think that people have revised the blow dryer because it still blows. We have reinvented the hair dryer. This is something that never existed. That's a reinvention of doing your hair a completely different way, changing the same model to add a different engine, a different little tweak. That's still a blow dryer. It's a revision, but it's not a reinvention. And so that's just my particulars on that. Now tell me about how to know if your hair has too much protein versus not enough protein.
All right. Now, again, get your notes ready. Get ready to record this, because it's about to go down. Now we're going Jay-Z. We're going Jay-Z. It's about to go down. That's right. Get it, homegirl. It's about to go down, okay? All right. So here it is. Hair can only absorb what it can take. There is no such thing as too much protein on the hair.
Nice. Okay.
Remember, hair is skin. You can't put on too much lotion. You can't put on too much baby oil.
So hair protein is like money. You can never have too much.
The hair will only absorb what it needs. The rest, you are literally, guys, physically, you're pouring it down the drain. So when the manufacturer says, lightly mist around the hair, please do what they ask you to do. Don't get your Jerry curl to soul glow on, and don't start pouring it all in, because you're just literally going to throw your product down the drain. I don't care. This is the Aston Martin of proteins. You hear me talk about this one all the time. Or something as affordable as Deca, which is only $11 retail. So I'm telling you guys, you're going to waste this. So please do yourself a favor, turn the bottle around, and we
Okay, that
want
was
you
my next
guys.
question. How do you know if there's protein in there? Like to
All
pick a
right.
product, how do you pick it?
Okay, so now again, all right, y'all get ready. It's that full-time jack move. I'm going Ice Cube on y'all, okay? Here come the full-time jack move, all right? So, according to the FDA, by law, when companies list the ingredients, by law, it has to be in there. So let's just take shameless plug, the right hair care products,
Hey,
okay?
wait, which hair care product is that? Say it
The right hair care products.
again.
So this is a styling product that has protein in it, and it has sweet pea proteins. So this protein is going to add moisture and strengthen at the same time because it's a versatile product that you can use on your hair, whether you want to wear it straight or curly. So when you turn this bottle around by law, it better be in there, or guess what? I'm in real big trouble. I'm in
Right?
real big. Okay, now I just went white John on y'all. You see what I'm saying?
I
So we're
know.
gonna we're gonna be in real big trouble. So this is why again we do like companies such as RevAir because by law you have to list your ingredients on the back, and that's to help. That's to protect you, the consumer. Now, I know you can't take this recipe and go home and mix it up. They ain't gonna tell y'all the formula now. That's a whole nother conversation, all right? Okay, so no, you have to, if the product says it has protein in it, it's in it. But now, understand, now this is true. It's in the bottle according to the order
Order.
that is in there.
So
So if
I'm just
you're
gonna say that some people will sprinkle something in and they'll be like, there's vitamin C, right? And the truth is it's not in efficacy levels that would do a damn thing. And so I'm glad you're sharing that with them. The order in which the products are in there is what's in there the most to the least.
right. So if your protein is like in the fourth line, put it back. Don't you buy that. I don't want to hear no, that protein didn't work on my hair. Okay, again, buyer beware. This is why Philip Pelusi, his is the Aston Martin of proteins. So we're going to just piggyback off of what Crystal said.
Philip Pelusi, hook my girl up.
Philip Pelusi.
Hook
All right.
us
Okay.
up.
So now I'm actually
Someone tag that man. Someone
that's
tag
right.
that man.
A legitimate educator for Philip Pelusi, went through his training, so I know what I'm talking about. You can call Philip up and say, "Do you know Ladosha?" He'll say, "Oh yeah, that's my cousin." Okay. So Philip Pelusi, he is the real life. So back to her point. Okay, she said something very, very key. She said that it's about the order, what's in there, okay? Then number two, she spoke to the quality, all right? You don't want crappy ingredients. The name, again, is Philip Pelusi, and I got a little video that I'm going to post on my Instagram, and this is over with, okay? So I'm just going to shoot out right quick the quality. So he has, this is no lie, he has simethicone, USP. Now, simethicone is a mineral, okay? It's like a sealant. But the secret is he has USP. USP stands for United States Pharmacopoeia. And I'm going to tell y'all, that's better than organic. That's better than natural. That's better than, all this stuff that you guys are just, for women of color. Don't buy that crap, guys. Don't fall for it, okay? USP, United States Pharmacopoeia, means that particular ingredient in his product, it has been tested scholarly and medicinally that it actually works. That's like medicine. That's right. Wow, Deborah. What's up, Deborah in the he, they? That's what I'm talking about. You don't, this is why I said he has to Aston Martin. As a matter of fact, in all of his ingredients, wherever he can get USP, Philip Pelusi does that. And so this is what that's why I give homeboy his snaps, because a lot of companies, they like USP, PQS, UPS, whatever. No, you want the best. So USP is not available in every ingredient. So everywhere the USP ingredient is available, Philip Pelusi uses it. And I'm telling you guys, go and raid their Instagram, their Facebook, whatever they on, Snapchat and all that good stuff. Better yet, just if you live in Pittsburgh, go check out the salon. Look at his hair care collection. So Philip Pelusi, and this is not really like a shameless plug. I'm giving you guys the facts because his product isn't the only brand, but you're talking about high end. So now you're moving up to what Oprah and them might use, which would be like JF Lazatique or Jacques Dessange. Like these are like, you're going to spend a pretty penny on these, okay? But if you don't really want to spend that kind of money, then you're going to come on down to, Philip Pelusi. But they do have this stuff. It's really, really, really lofty. But if you got the bangs, you got the butts, hey, baller alert. Get your Philip Pelusi, get your JF Lazatique, do what you got to do. That's right. And if you get it, then get your Aston Martin and take a picture, because I hope Aston Martin say, girl, come on over here and speak for us. And I'll hold that. That's right. So Aston Martin will probably be calling me up like, what you talking about, Dosha?
Yeah, maybe I should have said that when you were saying shameless plug instead of, hey, hook us up with some protein. Be like, Aston Martin.
And so when you talk about blow dryers, when you're talking about drying your hair safely, this would be like the Aston Martin of hair dryers. You're not going to get, if you go to Aston Martin page and just check these people out, you're going to see some similarities when we're talking about what Crystal said, which is quality where they don't scrimp, okay? And so that varies in price to price. But if you say, well, I really don't want to spend $200, not even $30 on some protein, I have about a $15 budget, which is what the average person is spending out here, no problem, then that's where your DECA comes in. That's right. And so DECA, they put their proteins, like my products, in RevAir. They put them right on there so you guys can see it right up front. They're taking out all the guesswork.
Ladosha, you just made a good point about, the price of things. Because oftentimes people will hear the price of RevAir and they'll just be like, whoa. And we talked to them about, the idea that we have payment plans available from PayPal Credit and Afterpay. But until this moment, I didn't realize how important proteins are. And by learning something like this, and Ladosha giving you those high-end and those lower-end options, what you get to decide is what your trade-up items are. So like in women's lives, and we do most of the buying in our households, there's items that women consider all people, but in particular women, consider trade up items and trade down. So like for me, a trade up item is I use Tide and I use Downy. I'm not going to use like an off name detergent. But there's other things where I don't care what brand they are. I don't care.
Absolutely.
I don't care what paper towel I use, right? I just am gonna use a paper towel, and I'm not gonna spend there. So the reason I bring that up is there's nothing like RevAir, and so this is a trade up item in your life. But now what I'm hearing you say is perhaps my shampoo, where I thought I should spend some more money, might be my trade down item, whereas my protein might be my trade up. But maybe I just didn't realize the importance of it, so I was buying something that was on the lower end of the spectrum.
Right. Yeah, and that's a good point. So here's the thing, guys, and I really like that. If you think about what she's saying, because everybody has a budget that they're going to work with.
Sure.
And I don't care, what it is. If you get the RevAir, then you don't need a Philip Pelusi. You want to know why? Because now in the beginning, if your hair is not where it should be, then you will start off with it. But we don't use it on everybody all the time, because with the RevAir, you're not being so aggressive on the hair. Now, I have color in my hair, I'm just, I wash and wear. So I'm still going to use the Philip Pelusi, not all the time, but it is safe enough that you can use this after every wash. So if you're one of those people who shampoo your hair daily, you can use this every day.
You need that.
That's right. So if you get the RevAir, you don't need expensive conditioners. You don't even need an instant conditioner. If you buy the RevAir, you can buy a leave-in conditioner. So if you did the math, let's just say you're spending $20 every 2 months on conditioner. So that's 6 times 20. That's $120 you're spending a year on conditioner, and you still don't like your hair. If you took that
Right.
same 120 and you added it to your hair dryer, guess what? You're in there like swimwear. And I'm telling you, wherever I go, people stop me all the time. Is that your hair? I've been a cosmetologist for 20 years.
Mhm.
I've never passed out a business card. Never. Because I have people, you okay? Is that your hair? Okay, so people are very, they can't believe it. I've never seen a black girl with hair with color like that. They're not shaming. They're not being funny. They like, I'm for real, damn it. I didn't know black women hair could be like that. Why? Because I'm using the best. So when I had the opportunity to be introduced and give this RevAir unit a try, I'm telling you guys, before I turned it on, once they said reverse air, excuse me, I had to do MC Light. Hot damn hole, here we go again. Okay? So it's like, this is a game changer right here, because we know that when you reverse that air, we're talking about cosmetologists who are truly into the science of hair. You guys, as customers, you want to see that science come to life. It's a hard sell with the blow dryer, and I'm not going to lie. It's hard to sell people on healthy hair with the blow dryer because it's hot. Not so much as on the
And
hair, because
miserable
it's
and
on
so
your
much
neck,
work.
it's on
And
your ears, it burns your scalp. Your kids are like, but with Rev Air, our children are just like, I can do it. I love my hair. And parents, you guys, I say this all the time. You are your children's Beyonce. You are your child's Nicki Minaj. You are your Cardi
okay.
B, okay? All right. So that's how your children see you. So if you use this device, you're being a great role model to your child, and you're getting them into that regimen that's specific to your family. And Rev Air is giving you the opportunity to bond and create that for your child and your family in your own way. And then with all these go lives, and they have YouTube channels, they have 1-800 numbers, all this that you can access. A lot of companies, I see people on YouTube, they selling everything but they underwear, but you can't access them.
But
They got
if
all the,
they can send that abroad, from what I hear,
yeah,
people will buy
but
that too.
you're not going to talk, you're not going to be that intimately involved into that company's culture, because they're really trying to get your money. And I'm not mad, because I'm trying to sell some right conditioners and shampoos, and y'all know I'm most certainly trying to sell these books right
So
here. You see what I'm saying?
we're just about to wrap up. I was going to ask you if you would share your website, your Instagram handles, tell them about your 2 books, not 1, but 2.
All right, so you can find these books over on Amazon, but the best way to get them is at lwrightbooks.com. But we know Amazon got y'all hooked up, so I'm not going to be upset. But you can visit my website, lwrightbooks.com, and you can check this out, check both of them out. They are also available on download. If you buy the download version of What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon, remember, guys, the book comes to life on certain pages, so you're definitely going to like that. So it
That's
makes
so
learning
cool.
interactive and a lot of fun. And then last but not least, I have a 3rd book for licensed professionals to stay pumped up during a pandemic, and it's called The Beauty and Barber Survival Plan. And that's a free
Wow.
ebook. It's a free ebook, and it's available on patreon.com/global hair care. So I will also put that, on all of my social media. So anybody that's a licensed professional, for free, you want to know, how do I stay so motivated? How do I partner and love people and respect people like Rev Air? I'm just going to give you guys the Huggy Lowdown. If y'all ain't watched Starsky and Hutch, then y'all know what I'm talking about. But if you watch Starsky and Hutch, you know who Huggy Lowdown is, okay?
You're so great. Well, thank you once again for joining. We will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be here on Instagram at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And I will let Ladosha do her sign off for us.
All right, so I would like to thank you guys on behalf of Rev Air as the resident expert, okay? You know what we say, we're always signing out, right, guys? A whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love and a whole lot of hair. And if you ain't got no hair, don't want no hair, ain't interested in no hair, couldn't buy none, it wasn't on sale, don't worry. Just rub your beautiful, beautiful what? Bald head,
Bald head.
okay? All right. Thank you guys. We love you
Bye,
so
you
much.
guys. See you next week. Bye, Ladosha.